Hey, what is going on? So I'm back with another video. A few weeks ago I did a video on my 5 favorite photography books as far as learning photography, education, going over technique, composition, philosophy behind the business, all those different aspects of photography. Those 5 books were, in my opinion, are some great books to read if you're getting into photography, or even if you've been into photography for a while and you want to hone your skills and your knowledge on those different aspects. I don't think there's many photography books out there. Well, there probably is. I know there's a lot of photography books out there, but I don't know if there's any better than those right there. Those people who have written those books have been doing photography for decades, and they're all very successful people. Anyways, I'll link up to that video down below. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I want to talk about 3 other books that I like. These aren't on the same level as far as education. I mean, we can always learn photography even from photo books, just that have nothing but photos in it. You can still learn from those type of books by studying the compositions of what the photographer did and all that. But I enjoy looking at just plain photo books. I enjoy reading photography books about photographers that may not have a bunch of photos in it, but it's more of a storyline on the photographer. And so this video, I'm going to share with you 3 other photography books that I really like, that are 3 of my favorites, coming from that direction. So let's get into it. Mr. Bresson. So in photography school, we learned about him. We studied some of his work. The back of the book, just a little bit about him, says born in 1908, Bresson studied painting briefly before taking up photography in his early 20s. One of the founders of the photography agency Magnum, he is best known for the skill with which he captures the most fleeting of scenes. This volume includes selections from his photographs of America, as well as Spain, France, India, pre-revolutionary China, Russia, and Mexico. Great book if you can find it. I highly recommend picking it up. It's got tons and tons of just photos in it. Tons and tons of photos. Here's a good one right there. That's one of my favorites in this book. Let's see here. There's another good one right there. Of course, all this was shot on film. That's another one of my favorites in this book. That's a pretty popular photo of his that he's done. This one's taken in New York in 1947. This is a cool one. Dude and a cat in the alleyway. This is another popular photo that he did. I saw this, I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw the negatives, and I want to say he shot anywhere from maybe 8 to 10 photographs, just trying to capture this one image. He really worked the scene on that one, but this was his favorite, and this is one of his most popular photographs. And then, of course, this one right here, when we were in photography school, this is one of the first photographs we talked about. We talked about the decisive moment. This guy right before he lands and hits the water. But yeah, Great photograph right there. So yeah, if you can find this book, highly recommend picking it up. Great book. It's small. I carry this around with me a lot, and just look at the pictures and study them. I don't. Where is that one photo? I just skipped it. I don't think I showed you this one, but that's another popular photograph that he did. But yeah, great book. Tons and tons of photos in here. Highly recommend it. Second book is Elliott Erwitt, Snaps. Picked this up at Half Price Books probably about a year or so ago, but this is filled with tons of photographs. You know, some of these are pretty stunning images, especially in this day and time. But yeah, this book opens up with this. And he has a lot of, that one's not humorous. This one's not humorous. This is a good photograph though. Marilyn Monroe. But he does have a lot of humorous photographs in his catalog. See if I can try to find some for you. That's pretty cool. That one right there, that's a popular photograph of his. And then we got here. There we go. That's a real popular photograph that he's done. See if I can find one more to show you. But yeah, you can tell that he has some humor in his work. Let's see here. I think he did some photos of oh, that's a cool photo right there. I'm gonna say he has some photos in here of Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, here's a, where'd it go? There we go. That's kind of a cool photo right there. So yeah, Elliott Erwitt, Snaps. Great book to pick up if you can find it. Last but not least, this is more of a book to read, but it's the story of Polaroid. And actually Azrael Knight, he recently posted a video on his YouTube channel about how he picked this book up and read it, and then he went out and shot some well, it wasn't Polaroid film, but it's called the Polaroid Originals. It's a kind of like a third generation type Polaroid. In between that was a company called Impossible Project that came out with the Polaroid film, and they produced that for a while, and they came out with the Polaroid Originals, which is pretty good. It produces pretty good results. But this book right here, if you can find this, I would suggest picking it up and reading it. It's a great story. It talks about how the company began. It talks about how Edwin Land started the company, the difficulties he had, and it also talks about the the demise and the fall of the company. But on the back, it says Edwin Land was one of Steve Jobs' first heroes, and this book shows why. He created a startup in a garage that grew into a company that stood at the intersection of creativity and technology. This is a fascinating saga, both inspiring and cautionary, about innovation and visionary leadership. I'll read you the inside cover as well. It's pretty good. Pictures in a minute. In the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, Polaroid was the hottest technology company on earth. An innovative machine that cranked out one irresistible product after another. It was even the company after which Steve Jobs is said to have modeled Apple. And the comparison is true. Jobs' hero, Edwin, Polaroid's visionary founder, turned his 1937 garage startup into a billion-dollar pop culture phenomenon. Yeah, so it even shows in here where, yeah, back here, 2011 Lady Gaga. But yeah, it talks about pop culture icons, how they, you know, embraced Polaroid, and there's not too many pictures in here, but it's a great read. If you can pick it up, I highly recommend it. You know, I'll do more book reviews. I mean, these aren't really book reviews, but rather I'm just sharing some books that I enjoy and that I think you might enjoy as well. But yeah, anyways, that's it for now, guys. Hope you all having a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Y'all take care.